Also, it's almost 2:30. We should start our thing because it says that it takes 60 to 90 minutes. And I have a feeling me reading everything out loud is going to seriously up that time. Yeah, don't worry. Goose will still be here in the background. Yeah, so I've still got my Sony camera here. So now that I have 2 cameras, we can actually do this. So this is a Hunt a Killer mystery, not sponsored. They've never asked to sponsor me, actually. I'm not bitter about it. This is a Nancy Drew mystery that my friend did a while back. So hopefully, I think she reset everything. But she gave it to me. I haven't done it before because I kind of thought doing it by myself in an empty room would be sad. I mean, I guess I could have done it with Dan, but I didn't. And so I thought I would do it with all y'all. And, oh, Blue Star, thank you for linking the Goose Pictures website. Yeah, we've got the professional unboxing here. So let's jump into this. I've never done a Hunt a Killer mystery, although obviously I've seen like a fair amount of like sponsored posts about them, so I have a general idea. I also brought my notebook. Oh, it's not on camera. I brought my notebook in case we need to be writing things down. Yeah, y'all can help me. You're more than welcome to. Backseating is allowed. But I think we've got a lot of reading to do. All right. So first off, we've got our game manual. Welcome to Mystery at Magnolia Gardens. Contained within this box is everything you'll need to help Nancy Drew solve the mysterious poisoning of Florence North. You will assume the role of Nancy Drew's trusted friend. Oh, we're not even Nancy Drew. Okay. I kind of thought we were going to be Nancy. Along the way, you'll investigate 5 suspects, put together clues, and solve puzzles in order to unravel the mystery and bring the culprit to justice. Oh, hi, Don't Smoke in Bed. Welcome, welcome. All right, so then we've just got like an inventory list in here. Let me see what else we've got. Objective. The objective of Mystery at Magnolia Gardens is to figure out which botanical garden employee poisoned Florence North. You can work alone or as part of a team. All right, y'all are part of my team. How many people are supposed to be? Oh, it says one plus players, so it's fine. There's no limit. We're gonna have 15 people playing this. To solve the case, you'll need to discover which suspect had the means, motive, and opportunity to poison Florence. If a suspect did not have either the means, motive, or opportunity to commit the crime, they can be eliminated. I think that means we kill them off. Only one of the 5 potential suspects will have all 3, and discover which suspect has all 3. Discovering which suspect has all 3 will allow you to identify the culprit. All right, to accomplish this, you'll need to carefully read each of the documents in the box. Examine the items included as evidence and crack codes hiding key information. Begin by checking to make sure your box contains all the items on the inventory list. Before you begin your investigation, you may want to find some paper. Got that. Throughout the investigation, you'll be going over the documents and interacting with the items. We recommend organizing the documents in a manner that feels most comfortable to you. That means not organizing at all, in my case. Get started. Read the letter from Nancy Drew. Why are we not Nancy? That seems like such a lame thing. Okay. Nancy will outline the case and give you tips on how to conduct the investigation. Hint, if you're feeling stuck and need some help for next steps, try reading through Nancy's case notes to give you more details about the case, as well as person of interest profiles. Okay. The rest of this seems pretty self-explanatory. Nancy is outsourcing. As you go through the evidence, you will find several documents that contain encoded messages. When approaching the codes in the box, try to see if you can crack the code on your own. Check other documents. If you're stuck on a puzzle, try moving on. All right. And when we're done, we're supposed to open... There's a solution envelope in here somewhere. Let me see. Oh, here we go. It's upside down. So this is what we open when we're done. We got a lot of stuff in here. Okay, we've got a letter from Nancy. But we've got like so much reading. I'm gonna have to do so much reading for y'all. This is gonna be an audiobook. Okay. I'm seeing things, so I don't want to spoil myself. Let me hydrate before I start, because this is a block of text. All right. Hello. There's trouble at Magnolia Gardens, a botanical garden in my hometown of River Heights. I need your help to get to the bottom of it before anyone gets hurt any worse than they already have been, including myself. Oh my god. Nancy, let me explain. Yesterday, I went to visit Magnolia Gardens' new exhibit on poisonous plants, Fatal Flora. I'd been invited on a personal tour by the gardens director, a family friend named Florence North. All right, this is a classic Nancy Drew premise. When I arrived, Florence invited me into her office for a cup of tea. I knew something was wrong immediately. Her pupils were dilated and she kept scratching at her arms. Okay. That does sound like something. By the time she was done explaining, we'd finished our tea. I offered to clean up the cups. That's when I saw a mysterious pink stain on the bag that held her tea strainer. The pieces fell into place for me in an instant. I asked Florence if she drank this particular tea regularly. She replied that she had a cup every morning. Then I asked how many people had access to her office. She responded that she usually kept the door locked when she wasn't inside, but she'd forgotten to close up the night that the Fatal Flora exhibit opened. Florence gasped when she realized what I was getting at. Someone must have poisoned her loose leaf tea. I knew that with the culprit still on the loose, there wasn't much time to waste. I think you need to call 911, Nancy. I don't think this is the time to be tracking people down. I had to start talking to suspects and tracking down clues, and that's exactly what I did. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to solve the case before the poison started to take effect that evening. It affected me more strongly than it did Florence. Oh my gosh, way to make it about yourself. Okay. Hang on. Likely because Florence takes her tea with a heavy pour of milk and I take mine plain. Wait, so Nancy was poisoned. Nancy was poisoned as well. Okay. I'll likely be discharged from a hospital in a few days, but that's not soon enough. Not with the poisoners still at large. Since I'm still too sick to close the case myself, I need your help. I've enclosed the evidence I gathered from the gardens and the notes I took. During my preliminary investigation, I was able to narrow it down to 5 suspects. The rest is in your hands. You need to figure out which of our 5 suspects poisoned Florence's loose leaf tea on the night of the Fatal Flora exhibit opened. As you may already know, you'll need to figure out which suspect had the means, motive, and opportunity to poison her. If you find evidence that any suspect doesn't have either means, motive, or opportunity, you can safely consider them to be innocent. If I were you, I'd start looking through my case notes and suspect profiles. That should give you some context as you begin to dig into the rest of the evidence. After that, you should look through the rest of the evidence to see what you find. It's up to you, Nancy Drew. Oh, hi, Travis Term. Welcome. I guess Florence didn't die. But I like how Nancy's like, oh my gosh, this woman's been poisoned. I need to make this about me immediately. That is so Nancy, though. That is so Nancy. I thought we were solving a... I think this is called... Oh, it's called Mystery at Magnolia Gardens. I thought it was called Murder at Magnolia Gardens, but I guess not. I guess she's fine. Alright. So I guess these... Are these her case notes? Oh, I should look if there's a back. There's no back to these. Alright. I think these are Nancy's case notes. Yeah. In my headcanon, she's dead. Super dead. Trying to see if I can get this so y'all can read this, but I don't think it's possible. Alright, Florence reported the following symptoms: throbbing headaches, dilated pupils, uncomfortable rashes up her arms, irregular heartbeat, and vivid nightmares of being chased through the Magnolia Garden hedge maze by an unknown assailant. I think a doctor would diagnose her with anxiety because she's a woman, but you know. Florence's office. Florence keeps her office locked whenever she's not inside. She's the only person with a key. I first noticed a strange pink stain on the cloth container that holds her tea strainer. Upon further investigation, I found similar finger-shaped stains all around the area where Florence keeps her tea, and on the doorknob to her office. Night of the poisoning. Florence says she always keeps her office door locked, but that she accidentally left it unlocked on the night of the Fatal Flora exhibit opened. That was the only opportunity that the culprit had to poison the tea. Here's what I know about that night. Okay. The Fatal Flora exhibit opened 3 days before my visit, on Tuesday night. The opening reception event for the exhibit begins at 6:45. From 7 to 8 p.m., Dr. Latour was scheduled to deliver a lecture on the chemical properties of some of the poisons found in the exhibit's flowers. A post-lecture reception was held from 8 to 8:30. Evidence collected. Interviewed possible suspects took notes, took the strainer and stained strainer bag from Florence's office as evidence. When Florence came back from the lecture, she found a bouquet and a postcard right outside her office door, made a sketch of the bouquet and took the postcard as evidence. Asked Florence if any of her employees had gotten into trouble lately. She gave a report that she'd written about Parker. Found a sticky note with a strange message written on it in the hallway outside of Florence's office. Looks like someone dropped it. Took an exhibit brochure from the Fatal Flora to get a better understanding of the plants in the exhibit. Took a map of Magnolia Gardens to guide me around. Kept an eye out for the items that Heather said were stolen from the gift shop. Found the packets and tin in a trash can outside the main building. The tin is locked, but there's definitely something inside. No, this is not a real story. That'd be spooky if it was based on a real story. A real story where Nancy is actively being poisoned and she's still writing notes for us. Oh, goodbye, Mark. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Okay, so this is the mysterious pink stain. And I think we've actually got like a functioning tea strainer in here. Oh, okay. All right. That is a tea strainer. I think we can all agree. I don't have to hold it that close. Boop, boop. I mean, my life story is crazy, Travis. I'm assuming this is not related. This, like, chemical pellet packet. It is kind of a small stain, but maybe that's part of the mystery. All right. Oh, there's a back to this thing that I didn't notice. Oh, no, they're not. There's another part to her notes. Hang on, hang on. I got excited. All right. She also found a notebook on the ground inside the old greenhouse, which is strange since nobody's supposed to be working there anymore. I took the most recent page since that appears to have been written during the week of the poisoning. Found an interesting looking fax in Dr. Latour's office. Borrowed it. Saw a checklist on the communal refrigerator in the administrative building. Looks like tensions were high between Sherwood and Tara the week the exhibit opened. Borrowed that as well. Missing plants? Question mark? As I searched Magnolia Gardens for clues, I noticed that some of the garden's plants had recently had cuttings taken from them. Oh, that was me. That was me. That was me taking them to propagate them. I asked Florence about it, and she said that there was no reason that anyone should be taking cuttings from the plants on display. I wonder who took all of these plants, and what their motivations could have possibly been. Maybe they just like plants. They work at a nursery. The following plants have had cuttings taken. Air plant, azalea, bleeding heart, I don't know that plant, chamomile, jelly bean plant, lily of the valley, oleander, Venus flytrap, and wolfsbane. Okay, so we got stolen plants. All right, we've got seeds. Oh, there's nothing in here. Not actual seeds, unfortunately. We've got some snow peas. Oh yeah, hedgehoggo doggo. My Nana propagates, like, she'll take cuttings. She literally carries scissors around her with her, and she'll propagate things that she sees at, like, a library or a museum or anything. And she's like, I pay for membership. It's fine. She's given me some. I have some cuttings from her garden in my house. All right, so we got carrots, we got watermelon. I forget how these are relevant. Ooh, and I've got a post-it note stuck to the back. All right. Let me see. June, July height. Feb, March days to germination. June, July planting depth. Okay. Post-it note about plants. Yeah. Plants grow from the ground. That means they're free. Exactly. It grows for free. All right. Then we've got the greetings from Magnolia Gardens post-it. Oh, there is something on the back. It looks like we have a puzzle on the back. That's something to keep in mind. This font is crazy to read. I know you made yourself clear, but please reconsider. If you connect the dots, you'll see where I stand. Alright, that is a passive-aggressive note if I ever saw one. I'm gonna adjust my microphone so I can lean closer. Hang on. Oy. Okay. I wanna get in there. I'm gonna get into this mystery. And y'all just let me know if it sounds funky. Alright, Magnolia Gardens, River Heights. This is the brochure. Oh my gosh. Alright. This looks like it's just telling us about all of the plants. This is huge. Please respect the space. For both your safety and the safety of our flora, we ask that you refrain from touching any of the plants in the exhibit. Dude, I touch all of them. I touch all of them. We went to a greenhouse at the Biltmore in Asheville. I was touching all of the plants, and Dan was getting so annoyed at me. I'm like, well, they shouldn't have put plants in front of me if they didn't want me to touch them. Alright, and then we've got a map with some notes on it, which are honestly kind of hard for me to read. Reception was held here. Okay, so that's where the reception was. Tara, I keep saying Tara. Tara had her talk here. Heather's office. Alright, we got offices. Tara and Parker work here. Florence's administrative office, that's where Nancy was poisoned. Greenhouse. Found the notebook here. Oliver spends most of his time here. We haven't seen these people. That's a pretty big space. Honestly, this seems sick. Yeah, they need to protect their plants better. Okay, so this is the locked thingy thing, which I'm assuming we're gonna have to figure out how to unlock. But there is something in here. And this is a... oh. I'm assuming this is not related. We'll get rid of that. Alright. So this is the note. I think this was the thing that was found on the fridge, essentially. The font is also kind of crazy to read on this one. Alright, Sunday. Lawrence Rolfe, 1:51 p.m., 4975. E1 through 5. SK, 5880. Like a list. The note here says, I know it's a successful business model. Florence will totally have to say yes when she sees how much money Laura, quotation marks, has made for the gardens. And then, I think this is supposed to be Nancy's handwriting. This page is from the notebook I found in the supposedly abandoned greenhouse. Seems to cover this past week. Okay. This is the checklist that we gotta be reading. Wipe down microwave, clean fridge, take out trash. Hey, didn't we agree that the break room was allergen-free zone? I got an unpleasant flare-up from the tomatoes spill left in the microwave. Assuming it was you, for obvious reasons, Tara. S. Not the passive-aggressive notes on the break room checklist. Apologies. I was busy with the FF lecture yesterday. Must have slipped my mind. Maybe you'd understand what it's like to have to multitask if you'd been promoted. For the record, though, it was regular tomato soup. Nothing from the lab. Tara. Okay, well, they're allergic. Tara. That's not a little thing. I might not be nearly as busy as you are trying to salvage that project of yours, but I find ways to occupy my time. Next time, bring clam chowder. The drama. And then this one at the bottom. Hi y'all, the microwave is clean now. How about we let bygones be bygones? Great talk yesterday, Tara, by the way. Perfect opening for a fantastically awaited exhibit. Oliver. Yeah, we love... The office drama is certainly adding to the ambiance, I do have to say. Oh, hang on, I still have the tea strainer in my lap. Alright, and then we have the beautiful but deadly world of fatal flora. Oh, beautiful but deadly world of poisonous plants. Fatal flora. This is like that Tumblr meme where it was like, don't dead open inside from The Walking Dead. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Were you supposed to read it like, don't open dead inside? But everyone always reads it as don't dead open inside. That's what I just did. Okay. And these are just notes about the poisonous plants, I assume. Nancy's handwriting is really hard to read. I'm going to read this because it's in readable font first. In this exhibit, you'll find a wide variety of plants from all over the world, each as dangerous as it is beautiful. Feel free to explore and take photos. Our Magnolia garden staff is here to answer any questions you have. However, please refrain from touching any of the plants. Again, that's not going to stop me. It's not safe to touch or ingest any plant you're not familiar with. Don't care. Below are a few facts about some of the curators' personal favorites from the Fatal Flora collection. Special thanks to the following highly generous individual donors whose contributions made this exhibit possible. And then there's Carson Drew, of course, because we all know that's why Nancy's here. And then River Heights University, blah, blah, blah. All right, and what we've got here. So a cutting was stolen from an azalea. It's a flowering shrub found across the world. Behind this bush's beauty lurks a beastly bite. When consumed, the granulotoxins in azalea can cause frothy salivation, loss of appetite, irregular heartbeat, and seizures. When bees make honey using azalea pollen, even that honey can be toxic. Alright. Deadly nightshade. It is native to Europe, North Africa, and Western Asia. Consuming this plant causes dilated pupils, headaches, rashes, irregular heartbeat, nightmares, and potentially death. Many harmless plants like tomatoes and potatoes are related to nightshade and contain small amounts of the same dangerous chemical nightshade contains, like solanine. And then this one also had stolen cuttings. Oleander. It is a flowering shrub in ornamental gardens worldwide. Oleander contains cardiac glycosides that cause rashes, confusion, tiredness, nausea, stomach pain, blurred vision, and irregular heartbeat when consumed. Oleander is toxic in more than one way. Even breathing in the smoke or burning oleander can be dangerous. Alright, don't smoke oleander. I've seen this plant somewhere else, Nancy says for this one. It is a flower native to Siberia, Korea, northern China, and Japan that contains dangerous alkaloids. When consumed, this plant causes tremors, drooling, rash, difficulty breathing, or even seizures. The bleeding heart's name might suggest a fragile nature. It is incredibly resistant to droughts and wildfires. I think I recognize this plant too, is what Nancy says here. It is native to northern Asia and Europe and is full of cardiac glycosides. Consuming the plant will cause abdominal pain, nausea, irregular heartbeat, and potentially death. The flower has been said to symbolize a return to happiness and has appeared in many bridal bouquets. And then wolfsbane, cutting stolen, is an herb native to Europe. In some European folklore, wolfbane was said to repel werewolves. Allegedly, anti-werewolf properties aside, the plant causes numbness, irregular heartbeat, nausea, vomiting, and potentially death. Historically, the plant was also used to coat arrows to add to their deadliness. Oh, hi, basement bats! We are solving a murder. Nancy Drew has been poisoned. We're trying to figure out why. Yeah, we're doing a hunt a killer box. Come join. Alright. So this was a bouquet that was left at the office where the poisoning happened. Or drawing of it. This is a fax. Alright. To Tara Latour from Alex Holland from Tom Swift Company. Subject, Lipocurshin research meeting. Here, let me see if I can get this to focus a little bit. That's a little better. Dear Mr. Latour, thank you again for video conferencing me this evening to go over collaboration and funding opportunities with the Tom Swift Company. I understand that you were quite occupied with giving a lecture this evening. I very much appreciate you choosing to miss the reception in order to speak with me for the past 45 minutes. Your research on the water efficiency of genetically modified tomatoes is both creative and pioneering. However, as we discussed, your progress has not yet been sufficient enough to warrant an external grant. The current strain of tomato you produce is frankly unfit for sale, with only a marginal difference in water retention. While we appreciate the passion you clearly have for the project and understand your need for financial assistance, we will not be able to provide funding at this time. I wish you the best of luck in your continued research and suggest you resubmit your application once you've attained more desirable results. Okay. So far, Tara is looking sus. I do have to say. Because she was putting tomatoes in the microwave, and then her research grant got denied, and she seems to have a bit of an attitude, which of course means murder. So maybe she didn't do it because then it's too obvious. Alright, and then on the back we have this note. Divide the data out into the number of roses on the ring. And then we've got like a crazy code, which I cannot even begin to. That's a puzzle of some kind. She doesn't care about the allergies of others, and I suspect that that's a murderer. Alright, and then I think this is for Tara too. It's in cursive, so it's hard to tell. River Heights University Scientific Internship Program. This form is to be filled out midway through... Let me see if you can read this. This form is to be filled out midway through the year-long program by a supervisor, reviewed with the program's participant, and submitted to the dean's office at RHU in order for the participant to receive academic credit for their participation in the program. Alright, so the supervisor is Florence, intern is Parker, which is one of the suspects. Parker is an intelligent young man with a genuine passion for plant biology. He has proven time and time again to be quick-witted, and he shows a genuine aptitude for biochemistry. He is quick to think of creative solutions to any problem that might arise. Oh my gosh, these are like the questions that Progresso was asking earlier. Identify any areas of excellence or significant achievements the student has made. Okay. Identify any areas where improvement in performance is needed. Dr. Latour, who works most closely with Parker, has reported to me that Parker often incorrectly fills out lab reports, consistently making easily preventable errors in those same reports, and repeatedly fails to observe basic lab safety protocols despite numerous warnings. Now, this is why I don't work in a lab. All right. All of these issues stem from Parker's failure to double check his work before submitting it. I feel like I'm getting exposed in this letter. And they have led to Parker making numerous preventable lab errors. While Parker is certainly not the only reason that Dr. Latour's research has fallen behind schedule, I consider his negligence to be one of the primary factors. He unfortunately seems to have been more of a hindrance than a help to her so far. Okay. What a read. All right, we're only halfway through this. When my colleague Dr. Sanderson recommended Parker for this position, he repeatedly emphasized to me how intelligent Parker is and how much potential he has to become a skilled researcher. I agree with Dr. Sanderson on both those fronts. However, Parker has shown an inability to take directions. Multiple times, Dr. Latour and I have discussed with Parker the issues mentioned in the previous section, and he has made no significant effort to alter his behavior. Instead of taking this program as an opportunity to live up to the promise he has shown, Parker has instead been wasting his considered potential. Despite Dr. Latour being engrossed with the preparation of an upcoming lecture, she has felt the need to delegate less responsibility to Parker for fear that he will do more harm in her absence. This does not sound great. Although Parker is only halfway through the program, at this point I'm afraid I have no hope that he will reflect on his actions and prove himself to be a worthwhile member of the team. While I'm sure Dr. Sanderson would love to see Parker get a junior research position upon graduation, I personally do not intend to hire Parker once this internship concludes. Okay. So clearly Parker is a flop, and Florence signed this, so he definitely has the motive to poison her. Parker was read to filth. All right, the last thing I think we have in this box before we start getting to the puzzles. Music still playing? Let me see. It is not. Let me put on another one. All right, next is we've got our suspect cards. Yeah, bad intern equals murder. That does seem reasonable. All right, we're all keeping track of these things. First of all, Tara. I do have to say she's a slay. That's a hard slay. All right, and then on the back we've got like another brick of text explaining her. All right, she's 29 years old. Tara is trying to breed strains of produce that need less water to grow. She said if her project succeeds, it could mean a more environmentally friendly way of farming. However, Tara also mentioned her project hasn't been as successful as she'd hoped, saying this, The project setbacks can be chalked up to a lack of funding and or lack of good assistance. Parker hasn't lived up to my expectation, and Florence won't invest enough money into my vision. Still, I'm going to make sure the study succeeds no matter what. On the night of the lecture, Tara planned to show up to the exhibit early, but Parker made a mistake in the lab that set her back. Tara seems frustrated with him, saying, "Of course Parker's incompetence would make me run late to my own lecture. He somehow managed to trip while carrying my most promising samples, making a huge mess for both of us. Both Sandersons are as clumsy as they are negligent of lab safety." Wait, is he a Nepo baby? She said both. Okay, hang on. It's fine that Sherwood constantly forgets about the existence of protective eyewear and gloves, but it's baffling that Parker never remembers something so basic. Tara told Parker to clean up the samples he dropped. Then she left the administrative building. She arrived at the Fatal Flora exhibit around 6:55. Tara noticed Sherwood wasn't at the event. She sounded annoyed that the curator would miss the opening of his own exhibit. She also noticed Parker sneaking to the event at one point, but that he seemed more interested in the refreshment table than the lecture. Tara left as soon as she was finished speaking at 8 o'clock. When I asked her why, she said it was because she doesn't like to mingle and because she had some work to complete in her office. When she got to her office, Tara could hear Sherwood's music playing through their shared room. She said that it turned off at some point before she left, but she couldn't say exactly when. While she was in her office, Tara saw Oliver through her window. He was moving around in the greenhouse from 8 to 8:15, so he could have dropped the note. She couldn't make out exactly what he was doing. She left for the night at 9 o'clock. As I left Tara's office, I noticed a lab coat hanging in the corner, covered in pink stains. Okay. This is a lot of information. Who else do we have to go through? Oh, that's Florence, the lady who was poisoned. Who is Sherwood? Oh my gosh. Why is everyone so hot? Well, except for him. Heather. Heather is 25. I don't know if we really heard much about Heather. Heather greeted me with a chipper hello, and when I told her who I was, she started telling me about the potential case of theft from the gift shop. According to Heather, she was doing inventory that morning after the Fatal Flora exhibit opened when she noticed that a small tin, 3 seed packets, and a postcard went missing the previous night. She also said that she found 95 cents on the counter after the talk. And since the postcards cost exactly that much, she assumes that money was spent to pay for the postcard. It's odd that there'd be payment for the card, but not the seeds or the tin. Heather seems to take pride in her work. She noted that she knows Magnolia Garden's regular visitors by name, favorite flower, and astrological sign. Oh my god. She said that she always pitches ideas on how to improve the botanical garden to the director, although she seems to get a bit less cheerful response when I asked about that, saying, "I totally think that we should start selling flowers. Oh, and we should get a costume mascot who's dressed like a big magnolia. But Florence doesn't take me seriously like Felix, the old director, did, which is, like, not cool of her. She thinks she's better than me because she's in charge of the whole place, and I'm just the gift shop girl. But someday she'll realize that she shouldn't underestimate me." Okay. So because she couldn't sell flowers, she poisoned her boss. That seems to be the motive they're trying to imply here. Hang on, I lost my spot. On the night of the opening, Heather showed up to the event space a little before 6:30 to set up the chairs and refreshment table. I lost my spot again. She noticed Oliver arrive a few minutes after she did. Heather then listened to the entirety of Tara's lecture. This was her takeaway. Dr. Latour had like a weird pink stain on her blazer. It's like so embarrassing for her to have given a whole speech in front of that many people looking like a total mess. I mean, yikes. After the talk, Heather spoke with several regular visitors at the garden, including a woman named Gertrude Robertson, before eventually leaving the building at around 8:10. Okay, so there were witnesses who saw her at this event. After the talk, Heather spoke... Oh, we already read that. When Heather was in the parking lot a little later, she saw Oliver coming out of the administrative building, got into his car, and rested his head on the steering wheel. Here's what she said about that. "I bet he'd been looking for Florence, which is, like, so sad of him. No offense. It's like, take the hint, you know? She's just not that into you. She drove home at 8:20. Yeah. So far, Tara, Parker, and Heather have motives. Although I would say Heather so far seems to have the weakest motive. Because, like, this isn't worth poisoning your boss over. I'd be disappointed if that's what this is. Alright, Parker. You ready to read this man to filth? There he is. The Nepo baby himself, potentially. Parker Sanderson, age 21. Parker is currently a senior at River Heights University in addition to working at Magnolia Gardens. His internship is part of a year-long program that the school has with the Botanical Garden. Parker says that he hopes to get hired on as a full employee once he graduates. Currently, most of his duties involve helping Dr. Latour with her ongoing research project. Parker is also Sherwood's nephew. I knew it. Here's what he said about Sherwood. Uncle S has always had my back. Growing up around him gave me the confidence I have today. The audacity. Plus the interest in plant biology. He's a total natural leader. A lot of people don't see that in him. Just like how they don't see how smart I really am. But they will someday. For both of us. Parker missed most of the Fatal Flora's opening night event because Dr. Latour asked him to stay in the lab and clean up a number of samples that he accidentally spilled shortly before the event began. He said this about the task. I don't get why I had to be the one to clean up. The janitor would have gotten there in the morning. I honestly kind of think Dr. L just wanted to take her frustrations out on me, since her project's not going the way she wants. It's honestly just a matter of time before Florence shuts it down. After cleaning the spill, Parker got bored and a little lonely in the lab, so he snuck into the lecture for roughly 20 minutes, from around 7:15 to 7:40. He notes that Heather, Oliver, and Florence were all in attendance for Tara's talk. At 7:40, Parker took some snacks from the table in the back of the room and went back to the lab. He knew that Sherwood must not be done with his work yet, since he could still hear music playing from Sherwood's office, and he couldn't go home before Sherwood was ready since Sherwood was his ride. Parker said that he occupied his time by getting a little extra internship-related work done, and that he noticed Sherwood sticking his head into the lab to check on him a little before 8. Parker says that he finished his work around 8:45 and that Sherwood gave him a ride back to RHU a little before 9. Okay, so I've heard twice about this music playing in Sherwood's office, but that doesn't necessarily prove that Sherwood was in the office. He could have set that up. That was a Joker origin story for sure. Alright, we've got this handsome gentleman here. Yeah, interns also do not outrank the janitors, you're very right. Especially not with that review. Alright, Oliver Watley, 38. Oliver takes care of the plants in Magnolia Gardens. He mainly works out of the new greenhouse. Sherwood told me to ask him about Florence, so I did. It wasn't hard to get Oliver to open up. It seems like he wanted someone to talk to. Oh, bud. He got visibly upset when I mentioned Florence's name, saying Florence and I were involved for some time, romantically. And it was fine. More than fine. It was fantastic. But I mean, it was fine in the sense that there's nothing against it in the employee handbook. We both checked. Oh no. Still, she asked me to keep things quiet. She wanted to be professional. I wanted to be more open, but I respect her wishes. Because of this, Florence and Oliver would never be affectionate at work. This is what they did instead. Instead of saying I love you whenever people were around, I'd say perennial. It's a term that means through thick and thin, basically. Even if the perennial might look dead in the winter, you can count on it to bloom again during springtime. Oh, bud. Oliver said that when Florence was promoted, it put a strain on their relationship. She was even less comfortable dating a subordinate than she was a coworker. They tried to make it work for several months until last week when Florence broke off the relationship for good. On the night of the opening, Oliver showed up around 6:30. He told me he was hoping to help set up as an excuse to talk to Florence, but Florence didn't show up until after Tara started speaking. Here's what he said about that. When Florence walked into the room, I saw her look down the empty seat next to me and walk over to the opposite end of the room to sit instead. That really hurt. Oliver said that he couldn't stand the thought of Florence ignoring him during the post-lecture mingling, so he slipped out a few minutes before 8. Then he went to the new greenhouse to complete some horticultural tasks before he left. At 8:15, Oliver cut through the administrative building to get to his car. He thought he heard someone moving around in Florence's office. Oliver called out to Florence through the door, hoping to talk to her. When nobody responded, he left. When Oliver got to his car, he saw Heather leaving the abandoned house with Gertrude Robertson, a woman who visits the garden every Tuesday. The two parted ways, got into their respective vehicles, and drove away. Oliver went home a little after 8:20. I noticed quite a few stains on Oliver's clothing, which isn't out of the ordinary for his job. However, one of them was a similar pink to the stains in Florence's office. Okay, so maybe he poisoned his ex. I wouldn't rule it out. I would say that's probably the most toxic, but probably the best motive so far. But also, Just from his story, it doesn't seem like he's done it. Oh, Daisy Star Art. I love Mila Tequila. She was definitely an inspiration for my celebrity videos. I mean, when I did my Demi Lovato video, I wasn't really thinking about it turning into a series. I was just thinking a lot about Demi Lovato and Googling a lot about Demi Lovato, and I'm like, I know a lot about this person, so I might as well learn everything there is to know. And it just kind of happened from there. But I know a lot of people were requesting that I make like an Amanda Bynes video or a Lindsay Lohan deep dive, and I'm like, Mila has already made 2 fantastic videos on them, and I'm like I'm not gonna outdo that, you know what I mean? He makes great stuff. Alright, Sherwood. So this is Nepo uncle. Sherwood is Parker's uncle, and he seems extremely fond of him. Here's how he talked about Parker. The kid's a genius. He'll have his pick of jobs once he graduates, but I'll bet anything that he's going to end up here. I always used to take him to Magnolia Gardens when he was little. It was his favorite place in the whole world. Still is. Sherwood says he had to miss Fatal Flora's opening to complete a large amount of ultra-high priority paperwork that he needed to turn in ASAP. Oh my gosh, V-Long, show and tell. Okay, we'll have to do that, I think, at the end of the stream. But don't let me forget. I'll have to think of something while I'm also solving this murder. Sherwood says that he had to miss Fatal Flora's opening to complete a large amount of ultra-high priority work. Sorry, I know I already read that, but I wasn't absorbing it. He finished his work a few minutes before 8, and he decided he'd missed so much of the event that there was no point in showing up for the last half hour. When he finished his work, Sherwood peeked into the lab to check on Parker. According to him, I only looked in. I have never set foot on any part of Dr. Latour's turf. Let's just say it's hostile terrain for me for more than one reason. Okay. Sherwood said Parker looked busy at work when he checked in on him, so he left Parker alone. He then went into the break room to find something to eat. Sherwood heard Tara come back into the administrative building from the main building at some point after 8, during the time he was eating, but he couldn't exactly say when. Around 8:20, Sherwood heard someone knocking on the door in the hallway. He looked into the hall and saw Oliver standing outside Florence's office. Oliver was holding something, but Sherwood couldn't see it because Oliver's back was to him. Oliver called Florence's name, as if he was trying to coax her out of the room, but nobody came to the door. That's when Sherwood looked away. That's when I tried to ask about why Oliver might be visiting Florence so late, Sherwood said that I should ask Oliver myself. Quote from Sherwood on Oliver. This guy tries to be all stoic, but he's got a whole lot of feelings buttoned down under those big, cozy sweaters of his. I don't know if he really tries to be stoic. He kind of laid it all out there. Sherwood stays in the break room until around 8:50, eating dinner and, in his words, tying up loose ends. When he finished up, Sherwood drove Parker back to his dorm at RHU and took himself home. Okay, we've got one more. We've got Florence, the poison lady. All right, Florence, age 45. Florence has been the director for about 6 months. When the previous director retired, she was up against Sherwood for the promotion. OT. Florence said that she was surprised to be promoted over Sherwood, since he's been working at Magnolia Gardens much longer than her. No, Parker, of course Parker doesn't drive himself. She drinks a cup of tea in her office every morning at 9 a.m. She started to feel sick around 5 p.m. the day after the Fatal Flora exhibit opened. The night Fatal Flora opened, Florence was in her office for most of the afternoon doing admin work. She heard a loud crash come from the lab around 6:50, but didn't check on it since she was busy. Okay, I think they said earlier that Parker, knocked over a bunch of stuff. 20 minutes later, Florence said that she lost track of time and that she was running late for the opening night event. On her way to the opening, Florence saw Parker inside the lab cleaning something up, and heard Sherwood in his office. She said this about Sherwood. He was blasting classic rock like he usually does when he's rushing to meet a deadline. I wish I could say I was shocked he missed the opening of his own exhibit, but frankly that's not unusual behavior for Dr. Sanderson. Everyone in this office hates each other, don't they? Tara was already speaking when Florence walked into the event. She saw Oliver and Heather at the lecture too. I don't know if other people saw Florence at the event though. I guess Florence didn't poison herself. Tara finished speaking at 8 o'clock, but didn't stick around for the reception. Florence said this: I had to mingle and field questions about the lecture on her behalf. which was a little awkward since I'm not a scientist. She seemed like she was in a hurry to leave. Florence left the event when it ended and went back to the admin building to retrieve her car keys from her office. When she got there, she saw Sherwood in the break room, buttering angrily under his breath and furiously scratching at his arms. Furiously scratching at his arms. Okay. Because he had the allergic reaction to the tomato, right? When Florence got to her office around 8:30, she noticed there was a bouquet and postcard on the floor outside the door. I've asked her to give both of those to me as evidence. All right, we saw those. Florence realized she accidentally left the door unlocked when she left for the lecture. She made sure the door was locked for real this time and left around 8:45 p.m. Okay, that seems like an important window of time. I'm going to get out my notebook. So, 8:45 is when she came back and locked it. Let's see. Sarah was already speaking. Does it say when she left? On her way to the opening. Heard a loud crash. Okay, from 7:10 to 8:45 is the window of time where someone could have put stuff in the office. So we're gonna keep track of that. So I guess we should see what everyone says they were doing from that time. What was Sherwood doing? For knocking. So Sherwood saw Oliver being a creep and looking in the door. What else was he doing? Other than that, he was just in his office, so he does not really have a good alibi because people heard his music, but they didn't see him for the most part. I think people only occasionally saw him. All right, and then Oliver, I think we know he was like in the greenhouse. Oliver showed up around 6:30. And Florence walked in. Oh, he was already in the room. At 8:15, Oliver cut through the admin building. I remember Parker also saying he saw Oliver. Thought he heard something moving around. Okay, so he was at the talk. Oliver was at the talk. And then at 8:15, he cut through the admin building. And that's when Parker saw him. And then Sherwood saw him looking into the office. Alright, and then Parker was in the lab the whole time. Oh, my voice cracked. After cleaning the spill, Parker got bored, so he snuck into the lecture for roughly 20 minutes from 7:15 to 7:40. He notes that Heather, Oliver, and Florence were in attendance. Okay, yeah, that's true. At 7:40, took some snacks, and went back to the lab. And then he heard Sherwood. Okay. So Parker was only at the lecture for like 20 minutes. From 7:15, 7:40, lecture. And then he was in the admin, or he was in the lab. He was in the lab the rest of the time. Heather was at the lecture like the whole time. And obviously Tara was. Yeah, Parker doesn't really have an alibi either. Like, he showed his face, but that was about it. Trying to see if Heather was at anything. Heather showed up to the event space a little before 6:30. She noticed Oliver was there. Yeah. Heather was there the entire time. So I'm gonna rule out Heather. Because everyone seems to have seen her at the lecture. And then Tara, I get Tara's like the most suspicious, but she was talking. So when would she have done it? Oh, wait. Tara left as soon as she was finished speaking at 8 o'clock. So that's interesting. Okay. So Tara left at 8. So she would have had 45 minutes to get in there. And she also had the pink stains on her jacket and stuff. She looked a mess, as she said. And then Tara said that she saw Oliver. Wait. So, oh, I guess that's not a contradiction. Tara saw Oliver in the greenhouse from 8 to 8:15. And then at 8:15, he said that he cut through the admin building, but he didn't mention the greenhouse. I don't think. So that's sus, too. Yeah, we found a note in the greenhouse. Say that he was there? Oh yeah, he said he went to the greenhouse to complete some horticultural tasks at 8 o'clock. He did say that he was there. Okay. Okay. Oh, and then Heather found the stuff at the gift shop too. And no one said anything about going to the gift shop. Alright. So far, the only person I'm gonna rule out is Heather. But we shall see. I feel like everyone has some kind of motive. Yeah, I feel like her motive is the least likely as well. Oh, I don't know where the seeds were. I want to try and see if we can figure out some of these puzzles. First of all, I wonder if... I think there's poison in the bouquet. I think that's one of the poisonous plants right there. I think that's the... Let me see. Yeah, it's this one. That one right there. And that one. And anything else? Oh, yeah. And the bleeding heart, also a poisonous one. It's right there. Okay, alright. Yeah. This is a poisonous bouquet. So, what are the symptoms of this call? Because someone saw someone like itching, which is very suspicious. Okay, bleeding heart causes rash. Bleeding heart causes rash. Anything else cause? I guess if we have one, that's all we need. Sherwood was itching his arms, and the bleeding heart causes a rash. But I guess we're assuming that the poison was connected to the bouquet, but the poison was in the tea. So the passive-aggressive bouquet could be, like, unrelated as well. I'm also realizing. Okay. So I think Sherwood left the bouquet. I could see him doing that, but maybe that's... Florence was itching too. Yeah, I mean, if she picked up the bouquet, that makes sense. But maybe the poison in the tea was not the same as the one in the bouquet. Yeah, I do remember Nancy mentioning that too. And then Tara had pink stains on her. I mean, the pink stains aren't super convincing to me. Because I feel like you can get stains from a lot of things. And also, if you're a murderer, you might be trying to clean up a little bit more. But I want to try and see... I want to see if we can solve some of these puzzles. I know there were a couple that we haven't done. So we need to find something that can tell us the combination for this. It's a 3-digit combo. We've got this note, which I guess was left by Oliver. Actually, I think this is from Heather, because Heather was talking about how much money flowers make. And I think she's selling flowers on the side. I think that's what this note is about. Yeah, the pink stains also come from Tara's project, so there's some overlap. I think this is Heather's note. I don't think Oliver dropped this. Also, the handwriting, is very girly. I'm using stereotypes. I don't think Oliver wrote this. And I mean, Heather could have been in the greenhouse some other time. It didn't have to be left then. That's the checklist. All right, we had a postcard with some puzzles. We also had this. I think this is the combination. I don't know how though. Because it's 3 things. I'm just looking at this and that, I mean, true, he could be girly pop. He could swing both ways. I shouldn't be heteronormative. Because that looks like a 3. And there's 9 dots, but I don't know what number you get from this in the middle. Maybe the month minus the other month number? June, July. True. Okay. The months are probably the numbers. But then I'm trying to think what these symbols along here would mean. Days to germination. Oh. Hang on. So the seeds, these seeds all have like little germination things on the back. Oh, hang on. Let me put this right side up so y'all can read it. So I think we need to take these somehow. I think this is the clue. You feeling? And so we just got to figure out which one. I keep putting it upside down because the camera's upside down. We just got to figure out which symbol is correlated to which seed, I think. So the dots. Let me look at them. I'm kind of thinking that like the dots are the watermelon. This is kind of stupid. I'm thinking the watermelon are the dots because like there are seeds and those are little dots. The carrots are the 3 long sticks because they're like long sticks. But that doesn't really add up. I don't know what the snow peas symbol is. Yeah, Madison, you and I are thinking the same thing, but I don't get how snow peas connects in that. But I guess we could try. Let's try it. June, July height for water. I mean, I think there's only so many possible combinations if we're on the right track. So I think we can figure this out. So June, July height. Whoa. Wait. So on the planting times thing, it's kind of hard to see with this lighting. But this is like the July through August is dots. The June through July is like the little slashes, diagonal slashes. But that's just like one straight line. And then this is like a hashtag one. So hang on. But then I feel like that's something though. But then I don't know. I don't know. Let's go with the first one first. Our first idea where it's like watermelon, then snow peas, then carrots. All right, so June, July height. It doesn't tell us the June, July height. I'm lost as well. But the thing is, I think... Oh, no, they're not all the same, actually. These have different symbols. Like, that one's blank. And this one has 4 different symbols on there. Whoa. So, for June, July, this one has dots, the carrots. So it matches up with that. It's kind of hard to see. But I promise those are dots. And then February, March, days to germination. The snow peas is like crosshatch for February to March, which matches this. And then hang on. This one, yeah, this one is straight lines, or like they're diagonal, but they're straight lines. Okay, so it's watermelon, or no, it's carrot, snow pea, watermelon. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. And so then these are probably the numbers. The height, the days to germination, the planting depth. So let's see. The height for the carrot is 6. We're getting somewhere, guys. We're getting somewhere. 6. Days to germination for snow pea is 8. And then planting depth for watermelon is 1. All right. So 6, 8, 1 is what I have. Oh, hi, Anglo Sol. We're doing a hunt a killer box right now, and we're making money moves right now, dare I say. I think we just found the combination to this pencil box. We're gonna try and unlock it. Which, if we figure this out right when you came, that would be really cool. All right, so we're doing, sorry, this is not on camera. 6, 8, 1. Okay, we got it. Chat, we got it. We're in. Okay. I'm so excited. Ooh, okay, so we've got some... We have a ring in here of some kind. It's got like a... Oh, the light keeps catching it. There's like a rose thing in here. And we've got a ripped up note, which I think we have to... I think we have to get this together. This is so classic Nancy Drew. Oh, it's like a signet? Oh, this is a puzzle. Okay, we've got to clear the space. I'm excited. Woo! Okay. Clear the space. That was such a fun... That was a good puzzle. I liked that one. And they're not even paying me. Okay. Clear this off. Yeah, this is a proper jigsaw puzzle we got going on here. All right. We could be here for a second. While I'm doing this, I should probably think of what I'm going to show y'all for show and tell too. All right, so we got to do the corner pieces first, right? How big is this letter? It's probably going to be like that big. Objective. Ooh, this thing has pink stains on it. Sussy. Oh, that's not a corner piece. That's a corner piece. Alright. Let's just generally lay these out. So you've got a thingy thing here. That goes along here somewhere. That goes in the middle. That goes along the top. This feels like a big piece of paper, but whatever. Oh my gosh, basement baths. That's so cute. I would love that. Yeah, I don't know if I would open a P.O. box. Just because I think I would, I'd get overwhelmed. Because people would send me things, and that's very nice, but I don't know. I don't want people spending money on me like that. Ooh, that fits together. But it also, I might get a PO box just for like sponsorship purposes, so that way I'm not like giving out my full address and stuff. But who knows? Haven't gotten robbed yet, so. Alright, this is a big note. This is really big. We still have like a big fat stack. I think this might be 2 pieces of paper now that I'm looking at this, because we have a lot. I think it's 2 pieces of paper. Yeah. Oh no. Well, that's ruining it. Oh, these are actually like still stuck together. Yeah, it definitely is. There's no way this is one. Hang on. Well, this has like... got a flower connected here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I still need to get everything out and look at them. Ooh, and the handwriting's different. There's a bunch of different handwriting too. This is another like drawing thingy. Yeah, this is a corner of some kind. Here. Alright, I've given up because there's clearly more than one page, so we're not the strategy is changing. The strategy is changing into chaos. Alright, I think there's... let me see. I think there's one page that's covered in stains and one page that isn't, potentially. Okay. But there's some drawings and stuff. Yeah, sort into handwriting piles, that's a good idea. But it looks like, does that go together? No, it does not. But it's the same handwriting, so you're right. I should have them all near each other. There's just so much. Yeah, I should have poster putty, really. So many pieces of paper. Y'all probably aren't even gonna see half of what I'm doing. I can't fit it all on my screen. Alright. Hang on. That goes somewhere around here. I've got a decent pile down here in this corner, which y'all can't see. Hang on, let me move this closer. I've got a decent amount of things connected down here. That doesn't connect there. No. There's a couple things that look like it should go there, but it doesn't. I mean, that handwriting lines up. Move that over there. That's blank. This is someone's scribbles on it. Alright, I think we've got one line forming over here. Yeah, I also do think lining up the pink spots is a good idea too. I've still got like 10 more pieces to just get out in front of me. Alright. Yeah, some of these are gonna be off camera for the moment. Apologies. Just need to get them where I can see them all. Thank you, Madison. I appreciate it. I was so excited and then I was like, oh my god, there's more than one page. And now I'm overwhelmed, but it's okay. Ooh, okay. I am seeing some stuff though. So someone was like scribbling their pen on one of these pieces of paper. So So they're all... Everything is connected. Let me look for more. Scribblies. We should have another one somewhere. There's another flower doodle. Okay. Okay. Got that one. And then... No. That doesn't line up. See which one goes there. No. Yep. I already tried this one. I think I did. Tricky, tricky. There's only a couple left with that handwriting. Oh! Reaction without gloves. There we go. We're going, we're going. Okay, I think a corner piece goes... Oh, you can't see. I think a corner piece goes down here. Here. We'll scooch her up. So y'all can see a little better what I'm working with exactly. Doop. These are all the same. The handwriting's the same. Corner. It could be... I've got like one that's just like plain. So it could be that. No. Nar. That would be upside down. I'm not seeing the corner for this. But it's okay. I've got a couple more with handwriting that matches up. So let's do that. No. F isn't... Interesting. What does this look like? Oh, wait. F isn't happy with the progress. What then? An external grant? Check if the TS application... Oh, I see the word nepotism down there. I just noticed that. Trying to look for that same handwriting. Nepo Baby Parker makes his appearance again. Oh, this line's up here. That's helpful. These don't line up like super exact. No, that can't be it. Let me see. Yeah, I'm praying for you, Hedgehog Taco. It's dangerous to be drinking tea. This handwriting is the same, so I'm gonna see. This lines up somewhere at the top of here. This also goes here somewhere. Be like that, potentially. Unclear. Unclear. We just like never hear from Hedgehog Doggo again. No, 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 no. I'm not seeing... There's like a little flower here, and I'm not seeing the other half of it. I hope there aren't pieces missing from when my friend did this. I don't think she would do me like that, but that is a possibility. Let's try and line some of these up. No. That one doesn't work either. Oh, here we go, here we go. Okay, hang on, hang on. Big move, big move. We've got one more piece in. Something about funding. Oh, that goes here. We got the squiggle. Goes there. Okay, we're moving along. That's the same handwriting. Okay. That goes there. Excellent. Oh, there we go. There we go. And then we're still missing that corner piece. That might go somewhere there. I don't know. Yeah, our next stream will be solving Hedgehog Doggo's mystery. Oh, wait, wait, wait. I just found the corner. I just found the corner piece. It's got a little tic-tac-toe. Does that line up there? It might. I think it does. Alright, then we just need one more along the top for that part. Tomatoes. That part goes there. Okay. Okay. Imagine me sounding like Little John when I'm saying that, for reference. Oh, there we go, there we go. This is gonna be hard to read, though, when it's all done. I'll tell you that much. Ooh! I think maybe this little piece goes here. Perhaps. I'll put it there. I don't know where that one goes just yet, but that definitely goes in there somewhere. And then I don't know where that one goes. Oh, wait, wait, wait. Cultivate a water-efficient strain of tomatoes. Okay. We've got the top done. Now it's just filling in the gaps of this one. And then then we also have to do the other one. Don't think about that part, though. I think that goes... That one goes there, I think. That one goes there. Y'all, we're close. We're close. We're just missing the corner on that, but I guess if we don't have the corner, that doesn't really matter. Okay, I think that piece of paper is mostly done. But it's gonna be kind of hard to move it, so y'all just might not see me making progress on the other one. Hang on. Need to move my mouse out of the way. We need to get serious. Hi, Weather Nerdy Boy. How's it going? I'm jigsaw puzzling, as you can see. Hopefully this one will be easier, perchance. Okay, this one has different handwriting. Oh, I'm solving this one way faster. What the heck? What the heck? What the... Oh yeah, we've already got the border done on that one. Easy peasy. I'm getting ahead of myself. And then we've got this. Sorry, this is going to be a little bit off screen, but I promise I'm puzzling. Dude, I love a jigsaw puzzle. I've really gotten into them, but the thing is, I don't really want to buy a jigsaw puzzle because then you just like, I don't know if you really, what's the fun in redoing a jigsaw puzzle? And then you just have a bunch in your house. Feels kind of wasteful. And I get really bad eco anxiety. So that's my cross to bear in life, I suppose. So I like borrowed a couple from my mom, which was nice. Oh, she hangs them? Yeah, that's a nice use for them. I should find some cute ones. Alright, we're making a lot faster progress on this letter. Of course, it's the one that y'all can't really... Oh, you can't see. You can't see. You can sort of see. Where'd this go? Ugh. But also my back kills me. This is what being 25 is like. I also have like really terrible posture and I'm trying to be more conscious of it, but it's not working. Because I've been having like constant back pain. And I'm like, I don't think this is like a clinical issue. I think I just don't... I think maybe just me being melting into the couch every day is potentially having an impact on me. So I've been trying to do like yoga, upper back yoga, and even just like sitting crisscross applesauce for the yoga, that hurts. And I'm like, I feel like that's a bad sign. I feel like that's not a good sign. How I sit regularly. Because the thing is, to cure the pain, you're supposed to sit up straight. And I'm like, but what if sitting up straight hurts? Because I don't use those muscles. Oh, I found the missing part of this letter. Okay. That part's complete. Daily struggle. Daily struggle, I tell you. That goes there. And then this one. I hope. I think that's the edge of that letter. Alright. This better be a letter that says, "Hi, my name is so-and-so, and I killed them." I'm hoping that's what this letter is going to be. But I guess we'll find out. Who knows? then... Fatality. I wonder fatality in here. Now, how do these line up? Yes. Oh, it's the end of this letter that's getting me. Oh, you wear a corset? I have POTS too, and I do wear Spanx sometimes underneath because I was told that like stomach compression works, but during the summer it was just too, like way too hot, especially like when I'm streaming in here. The lights and everything makes it really hot, and also I think just me sitting at a desk sitting straight triggers my POTS, which also makes me hot and sweaty. So I can't wait for winter. So maybe I should get a corset too, because maybe that would have like the double purpose of helping me sit up straight, as well as helping my POTS. Let me see. I can't get these ones to line up. Maybe I have one of these in the wrong spot. I don't think that's right. Yeah, summer is absolutely the worst. Because I'm wearing like thigh-high... I'm wearing thigh-high socks, and then I'm wearing Spanx, so like... my legs make me look super dorky, but my waist is snatched. Everyone's very confused by the vibe of my outfit. It's like, what is she going for? I don't even know. I cannot for the life of me get these to line up. Okay, wait. Ooh, timeless trends. Okay. Thank you, Hedgehoggo Doggo. I actually will look that up afterwards. To be honest, if I had the money to do like a fashion line, or if like Petty Fresh wanted to collab with me, the thing I would do is I would make compression socks that actually look like decent. That look cool. Because all of them are either black or like skin tone, but the only skin tone they have are like super pale people. And that's it. It's really hard. Or like really, really bright ones for athletes who run in the dark. That's all we've got. I've got some that, am I wearing them today? No, I'm not. I have Boston Marathon compression socks that my mom gave me because she runs marathons and I don't. So sometimes I just wear bright blue and gold socks. All right. I can't seem to get this one. Maybe I just have some of... I must have something in the wrong place. I think I have something in the wrong place. I could get him... Okay. Yeah, I think that big piece in the middle was messing me up. Oh, yeah. That was the wrong spot. When do athletes sleep? I don't know. My mom runs at like 4 in the morning. It's crazy. And she has like a full light up vest. I have one too, because I also run with Goose pretty early in the morning because I just can't. Again, I melt in the heat. So it's kind of spooky running sometimes, but Goose is very protective. Don't mess with me. Goose will get you. He's terrifying. We're missing a few things, but I think... we definitely have some stuff in the wrong place because this isn't lining up perfectly. Oh. There we go. Oh, I see. Hang on. I think we've got it. After a million years, I think we... oh, that was inside out. Okay. And then this goes here somehow? I don't get how that lines up. That goes there. I know, that's the joys of being a female presenting person, huh? Not being able to go anywhere at night. All right. You ready for me to try and read this to y'all? Let's see. All right, this is going to be hard. Objective. Cultivate a water-efficient strain of tomatoes. Requires water consumption by 15% without significant altering of taste and quality. Results of trial 13. Slight decrease in water needs from last gen. Theanine tomato levels are high at 300 milligrams a leaf and 4 milligrams in the fruit, significantly above the something of threshold for safe consumption. Eating the fruit or leaves of even one tomato is enough to cause severe illness. Symptoms are comparable to nightshade poisoning. In addition to regular tomato... so she made poisonous tomatoes by accident. Girl. Okay. In addition to regular tomato tar, the heat and oils on bare skin cause a chemical reaction. Oh! With the acrylic sugars on the leaves. This causes the fruit and leaves, when handled without gloves, to emit a sticky pink substance that requires an acid wash to remove from skin, but it does not come out of clothes. Okay, this is useful information. F isn't... something's cut off there. What? F isn't happy... oh, F isn't happy with the progress. I mean, neither am I, but she'll cut funding for this. What then? An external grant? Check if the TS application is still open. Would F put in a good word? No way. Why couldn't S have gotten the director position? Dealing with his blatant nepotism would be a worthwhile trade to get Florence off my back. At least he'd give me more time to course correct. Okay, T. Yeah, we're seeing the pink substance on the paper as well. And then this other note says, I'll figure... this is different handwriting on this other note. I'll figure this cut on my own. Can't show anyone what I'm doing. Swipe some research notes that should help me out. Latest readings on tomato samples. 300 milligrams of salinine per fruit. I think this is Parker's note, just guessing. 4 milligrams per gram in the fruit. The fruit is way less dangerous. Better use the leaf for something. What's the right amount? Just need her out of here for a few months. Sherwood once told me he's so much more sensitive. He's so much more sensitive without gloves. If the person that he... solanine, then skin-to-skin contact. Wait. Hang on. Sherwood once told me that he's so much more sensitive to solanine than a regular person, that he can't touch any of the samples in the lab without gloves. Skin-to-skin contact with regular tomatoes give him hives, a rash, but touching one of the samples in the lab would send him to the hospital for weeks. I bet he knows... okay, so that's interesting. If he wouldn't have been able to poison Florence, well, I guess he could have worn gloves. But it would be a pretty bad poison for him to choose because he could be risking getting hives. Yeah, I mean, he could have worn gloves. But that would be hard. I'm thinking, my guess is Sherwood left the passive-aggressive bouquet with, like, the poison flowers, but I don't think he poisoned everyone. Yeah, this is Parker's letter. I bet he knows all about solanine. Wonder if I could ask and say it's for research. No, still a bad idea to get him in on this. Need to figure it out myself. Just wasted a bunch of time trying to look through old lab reports for the answer, when I could have just looked it up online instead. Here's what the internet told me. 300 milligrams is enough to make pretty much anyone feel terrible. Anything above 3 milligrams per kilo of body weight is dangerous, potentially fatal. F's weight, around 70 kilograms? Better to underestimate. I'll say 60. 2 milligrams per kilogram at 60 kilograms equals 120 milligrams. Tea canister, 30 servings per day. 30 times 120, 360. She just drinks 1 cup per day. I hope. Need to grind up 12 leaves. Mix them in loosely. Remember, the right edge of over the counter of X, if that rings a bell. Okay. I mean, it doesn't say that this is Parker's, but I'm assuming that this is Parker's. And this feels like basically a confession. Yeah, this feels like Parker's looking very sus right now. Oh, not Lizzie. I can do the Radio Rebel right now. I have not forgotten about the show and tell, but I can do the Radio Rebel very fast. All right. I'll look at Goose back there. I think it was Parker. Yeah, this seems like a bad thing to write down, though, I do have to say. All right, and then we've got the ring stamp here. And I remember on the postcard, there was a puzzle. Oh, this won't focus so y'all can see. We've got 3 roses there. So let's do that riddle, because I think that's the next key we have. But so far, it's looking like it's Parker. It really is. Oh, wait, no. This isn't what I was thinking of. Actually, what does this look like to y'all? Y'all ponder about what this puzzle potentially is? I actually don't know. Oh, this is what I was thinking of. Okay. Divide the data out into the number of roses on the ring. Out into D-I-H. Okay, so maybe we look at every third letter on this, because there's 3 rings. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's my guess. Let's see if that spells anything. So H, wish this would focus, but it does not. H A S O-O-S S E-W-O N-I-M. Yeah, it could be a word scramble after that. O-T-E T-W-O F-A-N I-S-E N-O-B. So far, it doesn't look like it's spelling anything. D-N-E O-M-E N-Y-N Y-N-E D-I-O E-N-F S-M-M Ruh-roh. MKY. Why is this spaced out like this, though? YON. FOF. FTI. ECS. So the letters I got were Hasamionibi NCOFMMYNFIS. So I guess it could be divide the data out into the numbers on the rose ring. Oh, has someone been off minus? Wait, hang on. I think I messed it up. Let me do this again. HAS HA. Oh, the spaces might count as characters based on bats. You're right. But then let's do it again. I'll try it that way. Has some HASSOME some one B E been in. Has someone been has someone been my one? Has someone been in my face? Was it this Y or this Y? Fuck. Y. Office. Has someone been in my office? Has someone been in my office? That's what that says. And this is on the back of... This is on the back of Tara's fax. So maybe Parker was breaking into Tara's stuff so that he could poison Florence. I think that's might be what that is. Okay, the only thing we have left before we try and make our guess is this, which people mentioned could be color theory. Kind of hard to distinguish. I really don't get this. So it goes blue, yellow, purple, pink. This one really confuses me. Maybe it's the colors from the flowers. Oh, not that one. Wrong one. Oh, Parker, Terrence, and Flora are the suspects. There aren't any yellow flowers on here that I see. Dang, I don't want to leave this unsolved, but I really don't even know. I don't know. I mean, I think it's Parker. So do we really need this? I also think the note on this says, I know you made yourself clear, but please reconsider. If you connect the dots, you'll see where I stand. And I think that this was left by Oliver. What if Parker is a red herring? I mean, he made a note saying, like, I'm gonna kill her. I'm I'm pretty sure he did. I think Sherwood is the red herring because he was covered in hives. I don't know. Maybe it was his fan fiction, you're right. Yeah, what items do we have left of any color? I mean, we have the seeds, but we already solved a puzzle with the seeds. Yeah, that's true. We don't know that Parker wrote it. I'll go through, I'll show you the items. I think it might be the flowers. So you'll see the flowers have these colors. And then there's these colors and they kind of look alike. But I don't know how you decode it. And I definitely don't know. Are the flower names... That's what I was thinking, but I don't see all the names for these. Like, I can't tell if that's a Black-Eyed Susan. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but we don't have names for all of them. We only have names for a couple of them. Oh wait, that's Azalea. Hang on, hang on. Here, let's try it, let's try it. Okay. So we've got... I don't know what the name of this is, though. Maybe they might be in here. Yeah, I'm looking at this other pamphlet. It just has the names on them. It doesn't say what colors they are. But I think that looks like a Black-Eyed Susan, just because I'm from Maryland. I think I know what that is. Here, let's do the ones we do know the names of. So we have a bleeding heart in there. We have an oleander in there. Maybe we can process of elimination the other letters. We have a wolfsbane. We have Lily of the Valley. Ooh, it could also be their scientific names, though. It could be their scientific names. Because they all have their scientific names on there, too. Ah, that makes it so much harder. What else do we know? Do they have Black-Eyed Susans or sunflowers or something in here? Bleeding Heart, Wolfsbane. Yeah, maybe that can be Plan B. You're right, you're right. Okay, I don't see anything that looks like it's that. It's really this one that I don't know what it is. And this one. These two. And there is quite a lot of blue in here. But it goes blue, yellow, so those are the two I don't know. And then purple. Here, I'm getting my pamphlets all mixed up. Wolfsbane. Wolfsbane is the purple one. This one. So I'm gonna do their scientific name underneath just to see if it looks like anything. And then pink is the bleeding heart. L. And then W. A. And then the white. L. B. And I'm gonna put blanks for that. Maybe I shouldn't have done it this way. The map have checkpoint dots? That's a good point too. It doesn't look like it. Not color dots anyways. Although, yeah, there's nothing that's like yellow here. Maybe... No, nothing on the postcard. Yeah, okay. So far, this is the closest we have. Hang on. LC and then blue, which I don't know. And then orange is the oleander. Or the Nirin. And then this is so long though. I don't think the arrows are spaces because there's an arrow after every color. I think that might be like one word, one word, one word, one word. Hang on. I think I'm doing this in like the worst way possible. So then we don't know those two. W, A, and then pink, B, L, and then don't know that one. Pink, B, L, white, L, C, blue. It's not the nightshade. Don't know that one. O, N. Basement bats, I thought about that too, but then what would that... Maybe. Should we try that? Because also what I'm trying to do is very tedious. I don't want to draw over this because my friend left this for me. So let's see. We go to blue to yellow to purple to pink. And then the picture on the side of the postcard. This is what it looks like. Do you think it's all going to be one string though? Or should it all be separate words? Purple, pink, white, blue, C. Yeah, that doesn't look like anything. Blue, yellow, purple, pink, orange. Essentially. I'm also not going in order. Let me see. Purple, pink. Hi, Emma Slay. It doesn't seem like it's nothing. Yeah, like that looks like an R. It's also kind of hard to distinguish between the purples and the blues, I do have to say. Oh, I think this might be... I think I did the first one wrong. I think it's blue, yellow... Wait. Blue, yellow, purple, pink. Like a P. And then purple, purple, pink, white, blue, orange. Oh, that could be an E. And then the blue was the one that looked like an R. Blue, yellow, purple, pink, orange, purr. I think this is it, actually. Purple, pink, white, blue, three, and then orange, yellow. What a way to deliver a message. Orange, yellow, blue, Puria. Hi, me named Jefferson. What a name. Puria? That one doesn't look like anything. Orange. Did I mess that up? Orange, yellow, blue, purple. It is like a rune. And then the same. I guess it's kind of like an A in a weird way. And then Purial. Oh, there shouldn't be two of those. Orange, purple, orange. Pink, white. Purple, blue. Perennial? Did I mess that up? Maybe? That does make sense, Hedgehoggo Doggo. I think maybe I messed up the ends somehow. How did I mess that up? Which one was that? That was orange, yellow. Orange, yellow. Blue, N. It's what Oliver always said to Florence. You're right. And I thought that Oliver put that here. Okay, that's where I was remembering that. Okay. I'm going to say that we solved it. I think we got the spirit of it. Okay, so I think Oliver left this postcard. So yeah, Oliver must have sent the bouquet. So then why was Sherwood itchy if he didn't send the bouquet? Yeah, Oliver, that was a mess. Okay, so it's between Oliver and Parker. Or not Oliver and Parker, Sherwood and Parker. Oh, that's right. Sherwood could have been itchy because Tara's inconsiderate of people's allergies. That's right. And he was itchy from that. Okay. Parker doesn't really have an alibi. He definitely had the motive to do so. And I'm pretty sure that this letter was him doing the means. Was him scoping out the means. Yeah, also Sherwood would have, like, died if he touched the poisonous tomatoes. So I think it was the worst intern ever. That is my guess. Shall we see? Alright, and if it's not, I'm gonna be mad at him. I'm scared. Alright, let's see. Alright, we've got a letter here, I think. Precocious private eyes put prospective poisoner in his place. River Heights University senior Parker Sanderson has been arrested by local authorities after his confession to the poisoning of Florence North, the head of Magnolia Gardens, and Nancy Drew, beloved local detective. We did it. We did it. I'm so proud of us. Sanderson, a now former intern at Magnolia Gardens, admitted to placing toxic samples of a genetically modified strain of tomatoes into North's canister of loose-leaf tea, which she kept in her office and habitually drank each morning. Asked to comment on her nephew's actions, Magnolia Gardens curator Sherwood Sanderson, PhD, expressed surprise and horror and claimed complete ignorance of the plot. Evidence of Parker Sanderson's crime first came to the attention of the River Heights Police Department when it received a tip from none other than Nancy Drew herself. Drew, who has since recovered from the ill effects of the poison, fell victim to the younger Sanderson's toxic tincture when she accepted a cup of tea from North during a casual visit to Magnolia Gardens. Drew, who was hospitalized for a short period, called on the help of an anonymous colleague, that's us, in order to get to the bottom of the case. The two worked together to successfully unearth the identity of the culprit, whereupon Drew turned over Parker Sanderson's name to local authorities. So Nancy Drew is taking the credit, it does appear. Yeah, Hunt a Killer sponsorship when? Come for me. Upon hearing Drew's explanation, RHPD officers took Parker Sanderson in for questioning and obtained his tearful confession within the hour. I'm assuming with his lawyer present, but who knows? Doubt it. The guy started trembling like a leaf in a tornado as soon as we started talking to him. It didn't take long before he was telling us everything, said the arresting officer when he was asked to comment. I don't think he realized how serious his actions were until the consequences came knocking at his door. Tara Latour, PhD, Parker Sanderson's direct supervisor and creator of the tomato strain used in the crime, noted that she was ashamed that Parker Sanderson formed such a sinister scheme using her research, and stated that she can't believe Parker used my samples for evil. Latour went on to clarify that the tomato strain is still in its research and development stage, and it will only be made available to the public once it is completely safe to consume. One Magnolia Gardens employee, Heather Shaw, oh, I forgot about Heather, she was pretty irrelevant, reflected on the revelation with surprise. Parker never seemed like the type of total creep that would literally, like, poison someone just because he was mad about getting a bad grade or whatever. Well, you can't base things off of true crime documentaries, Heather. I guess it just goes to show you that everyone's got weird secrets and stuff. North herself has, like Drew, made a full medical recovery. I'm still very shaken up by what's happened, and I'll be taking some time off work and staying with close friends to decompress. After that, though, I'll be returning to my position as director of Magnolia Gardens. At the end of the day, it's where I belong, and I'll always be grateful to Nancy Drew and her fellow detectives for making it safe for me again. Yeah, for real, how do you accidentally make a tomato poisonous? It is always the Nepo babies. Okay, that's it. That's it that's in there. We did it, folks. Thank you all for your help. I could not have done it without you. I have not forgotten about the show and tell. So I am not leaving yet. Give me a minute to find something to show and tell. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, I am back. It took me a second because the drawer that they were in got stuck. But this is actually, you know what? We can go back to using the desk thing. This is kind of a selfish, corny one, but I recently found some pictures from my childhood. So I figured I'd share those today. I'm sorry it's not I witnessed the lead up to January 6th, but you know, not all my show and tell can be like that. So, first, I'll show you, this is a picture. This is a picture of my mom. This is my mom with my childhood dog, Spencer the dog, or STD for short. Oh, and I just think she's so cute. This was at their home in Georgia. This is the one that I was born in, I believe. And there's another picture of Spencer. He was a good boy. You never forget your childhood dog, right? He had this little like white stripe like right in the front of his face. He was so cute. Oh, here's a picture of us. This is one of my favorite pictures of him. He was so gentle. He would let me, like, as you can see, put my fingers in his mouth, or I would like sit on him and try and ride him like a horse, or put fake makeup on him, and he would just let me do whatever. He was a very gentle boy. Very cute. Oh, here we've got a picture of my mom and me. Looking very slay. I've got a wedding veil on for some reason. Don't recall why. But don't we look cute? And she's got a very 90s couch. I remember that couch. And even as a child, I thought it was hideous, but on my wedding day, of course. This one, I think, is my parents on vacation in Mexico. I think that's what they told me. It looks sick. Yeah, I haven't told Dan yet that I'm married. We'll have to have that conversation. But yeah, they're being cute. This one was sick. So my best friend, who actually, I think I've told y'all before, my best friend was a boy, and so people always thought we were dating, even though we were 4, and like we didn't think about these things. But they would always say that we were like engaged to each other and that we'd get married someday. So he is technically still my fiance. I didn't break that off. But for his like 3rd or 4th birthday, he had like a fire truck themed birthday, and they actually had firefighters come. And so that's me sitting on the fire truck for a sick birthday party. Yeah. That's me on the front lines. Putting out fires. I put out all fires except for the ones where landlords are on fire. And the last one we have, this is me and my little sister and Spencer the dog. Aren't we so cute? And oh my gosh, I had a giant rabbit from Winnie the Pooh. He was like as tall as I was, and I'm pretty sure I would dance with him, and I would sing that song from Sleeping Beauty, like the Once Upon a Dream song where they're like dancing in the forest. Yeah, that was from 2000. So my sister was like a baby. She was born in May of that year. Oh, and you've also see I got my Tigger over there too, and I'm wearing a Winnie the Pooh thing. I was very into Winnie the Pooh as a child. Yeah, I would wear this fit today. We're slaying. Spencer is judging us, but that's very cute. And that's it. That's all I got. I hope that didn't disappoint. Yeah, I really like the 90s fits. Aw. Yeah, I found these. My parents, they don't live in Atlanta anymore, but when they were moving to Atlanta, we got a bunch of stuff. And so I hadn't seen these pictures in years, and I held on to them. Yeah, we love show and tell time. Yeah, thank you, V-Long, for using our show and tell. Yeah, but thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. I've got a lot to clean up. Do you see this huge pile of stuff? And there's even more on the floor. So I gotta do that. It's 4:36. Goose wants his dinner soon, so I think that's it for today. But thanks y'all for hanging out with me. Thanks for solving an attempted murder with me. We should have known it was the Nepo baby from the beginning, but you know, we try our best. And then tomorrow, we've got another mystery to solve. We're going to be doing Nancy Drew, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. It's going to be sick. So bye, everyone. I'll see y'all later. Have a good rest of your day. Where's my thing? Where's my ending stream? There we go.